Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl.
Greetings, believers! Welcome to Paranormalysis, the program that delves into the nether regions of reality to bring you true, real-life tales of the paranormal, the unnatural, and the just plain weird. I'm Professor Jonathan Horse, an academic expert in paranormality, supernaturality, and in the examination of the truly strange and bizarre in Britain. During the mid-1990s, I was crudely nicknamed the Horseman of the Apocalypse, due to my controversial, moderate-selling factual novel Scum Disease Death Parade, which prophesied that the end of the world, brought on by the deterioration of the mental and physical hygiene of the human race, would happen on the 31st of August 1997. As you all well know, this failed to happen, and I was ridiculed by the press. However, on that date, our very own English Rose, the Princess Diana of Wales, was brutally murdered by the French, the most unhygienic of all peoples. Coincidence? I think not! So strap yourselves in, listeners, and prepare to experience an intense feeling of paranormalysis. Paranormalysis. People love cats, especially the monotonous YouTube videos they make of themselves, falling over or acting demented in the brain. Yes, people love that stuff. But, of course, as I have come to notice from spending many years investigating the paranormal, essentially people are idiots. Many years ago, I wrote a series of graphic, fear-inducing articles for Weird Weekly magazine, that's weird with 7 E's, concerning the Beast of Bodmin Moor, a giant demon cat monster who lived in Cornwall and roamed the countryside, violently slaughtering innocent, brainless, stupid livestock for sport, and generally behaving like a bloody nuisance. I was lambasted by animal and nature experts for spreading unnecessary and unfounded panic throughout Britain. Recently, more and more frequent sightings of cat-type feline-like cat creatures have been publicized. I feel it is time to once again spread more blind, unfounded panic and fear. In the little northern village of Bumsford, just outside Lower Frobley, a large black cattish figure has been seen on several occasions, mauling prize poultry and defecating on cherished historical monuments. I met up with Corky Grimhole, a local tossbag, who has devoted his foreseeable future to the pursuit of this phantom feline. About 6 months ago, I found my owl sanctuary, which I have in the back of my house in a big shed, completely annihilated. It was a f***ing massacre. They'd all been mauled and possibly shagged to death. It was a bloodbath. As I went out further down my driveway to have a look, I saw the silhouette of a giant cat thing humping my prize Ford Cortina. In the end, I chased it away with a big stick with a nail on it. Until 6 months ago, as well as being an avid collector of classic cars from the 1960s and owls, Corky was a successful property developer with a Swedish supermodel wife and 7 beautiful children. So yeah, ever since I've been searching for that animal, and I spend every day out and about looking for the big bastard, armed with 2 hammers. The wife and kids left, took the house, literally took it, using a massive truck and some rope. I now live in a tent in the woods. I lost my job and all, as the company I worked for didn't want to be associated with a man who hunts giant cats. Political correctness gone mad. So, Mr. Grimhole, or can I call you Corky? Yes, please do. Now, Grimhole, let me get this straight. You just spend all your time roaming the neighbourhood, hitting cats with hammers.
Essentially, yes. I'm working my way through every cat I see until I find the mothership. You see, I strongly believe that these giant cats, if come in contact with water, multiply as small evil cats, like in that film about gremlins. I forget what it's called.
And the community is happy with this?
Well, to be blunt, if they have a problem, they can take it up with my 2 hammers.
Taking into account the fact that all of Mr. Grimhole's photographic evidence is fuzzy and out of focus and completely unusable, and that the man is clearly mentally bent, it is surely clear to anyone with a rational, normal, working brain that there are weird giant monsters operating in British woodland areas. Are these creatures just large exotic pets illegally released into the countryside after the fallout of the 1976 Dangerous Wild Animals Act? Or, and this is more likely, are they mutant alien mechanical feline bots with a bad attitude problem, mutilating livestock freely throughout Britain's idyllic nature spots because they think it's cool and wicked? Idiots. There have been several sightings of a man-like cat beast in Cockworth Nature Reserve in the village of Corpse Bin Ash, Spotley. Park Ranger Carl the Renegade Bunkleduck told us all about it by speaking to us using his voice.
I have seen no evidence of any large cat-like creatures or anything out of the ordinary in this nature reserve, apart from a series of incidents involving a man roaming the grounds dressed as Catwoman. A man that looks a lot like you, in fact, Professor Horse.
If you do come into contact with any sort of mutant killer cat phantom ghost beast, do not approach. Or approach with caution and fight it and try to capture it. It really is your call. Though no one at Paranormalysis Productions will claim any responsibility for your actions. Still, please let us know how you get on.
Hello. You are listening to Paranormalysis. Please be aware, not all information featured in this program is either true or worth listening to. No refunds are given. Have a nice day.
Paranormality, ghosts, demons, Bigfoot, dogmen, Morris dancers, Loch Ness Monster, ghosts, Patrick Swayze, Paranormalysis. Computer technology is a frightening beast. In this digital age we live in, computer advancement is advancing in an ever-increasing advancement of advance, vision, progress, and advancement. The main advantage of such advancement is the knowledge that we will always remain in control. This is man-made technology, made by men. But if you really think about it, are we, man, truly in control? What if computers could feel, emote, think, even love? But Jonathan, I hear you say, that's impossible. Well, it isn't. And please don't call me Jonathan, it's Professor Horse to you. Just think, what if the technical world came in contact with the spirit world? What then? Well, these two worlds did collide. Right into the face of fat, sweaty nerd Wagner O'Shanks. We did everything together, me and Wendy. Online gaming, roleplay gaming, model gaming, old school video gaming. Oh, all sorts. Wagner and Wendy really were love's young dream. A very nerdy dream. They originally met over the internet, which, although is achingly pathetic and weird, really does happen nowadays. Usually, nerds like Wagner and Wendy never find love. For the best, really, as most of them are hideously disgusting. Wagner and Wendy got married and moved into a lovely house in Cheeston, Chetterby, within merely a few months of their courtship.
after realizing that neither of them could do any better and might as well settle down. They were lucky. That is, until Wendy tragically died opening a tin of corned beef in an irresponsible fashion. I was devastated when my Wendy died, so much so that I couldn't bring myself to go online for at least a few hours after it happened. But when I did use my computer, something magical happened. It started speaking to me. It was Wendy. As bloody effing mad as it sounds, this is all true. It can happen. My first wife, dead, once came back to me as a shiny metal toaster, and we lived together happily for many years. That is, until my second wife, also dead, possessed my washing machine, and as my kitchen is directly connected to my storage room / laundry room / dungeon, things became terribly tense and awkward. In the end, I was forced to destroy the whole house in an orgy of unbridled rage and plastic explosives, just in case any of my 17 dead wives decided to pay me a visit through the medium of some other household item. You alright, Wendy? Just got back from the shops. Got you a new mouse mat. It's got a picture of the Chuckle Brothers on it. Your favourite. A present from me to you.
Laugh out loud. You are so funny, Wagner. I love you. You rocked my world and you are a gentle and sensuous lover.
Well, thank you, Wendy. You're looking lovely today. I'll just clean your screen in a bit. Maybe put a new wallpaper in you. Oh, and about those things I uploaded last night.
Sadly, shortly after this touching moment between two super nerds, one fat and sweaty, one electronic, Wagner O. Shanks unfortunately killed himself in a freak accident involving some dodgy wiring and what can only be described as a very shoddily put together electric vagina. His spirit now resides inside a Casio calculator.
Divided by 7.
But fret not, dear listener. He is still very much with Wendy. They are both at Uncle Ernie's Electronics Emporium in Chetteby High Street at a low, low price. Yes, that's right. Uncle Ernie's Electronics Emporium, proud sponsors of Paranormalysis. Your one-stop shop for second-hand, slightly used / soiled electronic goods. Computers, photocopiers, hairdryers, electronic pencil sharpeners, stereo systems, and many, many more things that are electric. Uncle Ernie's Electronic Emporium. The prices are spookily reasonable. I'm afraid that's all we have time for in this episode of Paranormalysis. Join me next time when I'll be cracking open more fresh, tasty myths and uncovering more true, freaky tales of the unknown. I'll be reuniting the Loch Ness Monster with her long-lost Japanese cousin, Godzilla. I'll be wrestling Bigfoot in a pub car park. And in a very special feature, I'll be attempting something paranormal investigators have been trying to accomplish for years. Yes, I'll be hunting down the biggest ghost of all time, God! So, till next time, this is Professor Jonathan Horse signing off. You have just experienced Paranormalysis, Paranormalysis.